Hey, what's up everyone? Today's video is going to be over Kevin's Natural Foods Paleo Korean barbecue beef or Korean barbecue style beef strips with a soy-free Bulgogi-style sauce. Top sirloin made with 100% grass-fed beef from Costco. So this usually goes for $18.39, $18.40, you know, whatever. But I got it for $4.80 off, so $13 and something cents. 13 and change, I believe. Yeah, $13.61, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, let's see here. Each container comes with about 6.5 servings, 150 calories per serving. So that's, oh my God, so much math today. 600, 900 plus 75, 975 calories for the whole thing. 20 grams of protein per serving, low carbs, low fat. Yeah, ingredients list here. You see past the glare, contains sesame. All right. Eat better without sacrificing flavor. That is not the Kevin I had in mind when I saw Korean style barbecue beef, but that's okay. There's a story. Oh, autoimmune disorder. All right, well, hopefully everything's okay with Kevin. We cook it, you sear it. Oh, so I have to cook this myself over a skillet, medium high for 1 minute after adding some oil. Is this for the whole container? Yeah, thanks for the whole container, not per serving. Good. Add beef to skillet, separate with tongs, heat for 1 or 2 minutes. Reduce heat to low, pour sauce in skillet and simmer for an additional 30 minutes or 30 seconds. All right, buddy, this seems kind of complicated. And of course, we're gonna eat this with rice. So I usually eat the whole package in a day, half for lunch, half for dinner or something, and then I eat something else for breakfast with rice, which is cooking in that pot over there. All right, so let's open this up and see what's inside. Okay, now that it's opened up, we can see the bags of the steak here. Sous vide, cooked to perfection. It says fully drain broth and break into pieces before heating. But if it's cooked, that broth is where all the flavor is. So do I really want to drain that? Oh, but then it comes with its own gravy here, or sauce, or whatever. So, should I follow instructions and drain it, or no? So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do half and half. I'm gonna drain one, but leave the other, because there should be all this flavor in this broth. That's why it's called broth, right? So yeah, let's do this. Let's get a hot pan going. All right, here's my pan. It's on medium-high heat. There's my small, large, medium-sized pan. Here's my small, large, medium-sized spatula. And then here's the two packets of beef. One drained, one not drained. It's been heating for a little bit. It's starting to get, yeah, it's kind of hot. You know what, let me put on, there we go. Then I'm gonna add some of this, let's see, which oil do I have here? Avocado oil. That's too fancy for me. Let's just stick with good old-fashioned organic extra virgin olive oil. Wow, also kind of fancy, to be honest, but a little bit of oil. Oh, I hope that's not too much. Put this back up. Move this out of the way. Turn the heat to medium high. Let's spread the oil around here. There we go. And then I'm just gonna dump everything in here. There we go. Oh yeah, I just splashed it all over my kitchen because I'm recording with one hand and trying to cook with the other. All right. You can hear the sizzling. I guess I should have let the pan heat up for a little bit longer. So let me put my phone down, clean up a little bit, and then start stirring this with the spatula. All right, there you go. I broke up the meat pieces. I actually changed it to high heat. So I think for my stove specifically, I need to do it on high heat. And I'm very glad I drained one because there's a lot more broth than I expected or than I remembered. But yeah, so I think just gonna sear this for a little bit, stir fry it for a few minutes, and then add the sauce packets over here. So actually, let's take a look at this. The beef steak looks like cut to steak, but when it came out of the packet, it looked like some of the steak might have fused together, you know, because of how it was packaged. That being said, it's still, once you break it apart, it sort of looks like individual cuts of steak. But yeah, now it's starting to heat up. So I'm gonna stir fry with both hands, and then I'll add the sauce packets, and then we'll move on from there. All right, so I've stirred it for 1 or 2 minutes. Now I've moved the heat down to low. I have the sauce packets open in front of me. I'm gonna pour in the sauce. There we go. Feels nice and thick. There we go. Then I'm just gonna stir while it simmers. Okay, so one adjustment I need to make for the next time I do this. Everything needs to be shifted up in temperature. So when it says heat the beef, cook the beef in medium high, it needs to be in high heat. Okay, and then when it says simmer with the sauce on low, it needs to be on medium heat, right? And the reason is because everything came out of the refrigerator, so everything's still sort of cool. So it absorbed a lot of heat once I dumped everything into this pan. So I need to remember that for the future. There you go. All right, let me put this down so that it can simmer, and that's so I can stir and coat the beef. All right, so it's been simmering on medium heat for a few minutes here. I think that's the way to go. It smells a lot better. The sauce feels a lot thicker now. Yeah, so I think the cooking instructions on the packet, I don't know, it's not for my stove specifically. So my stove, everything needs to be a little bit hotter for a little bit longer. But this looks pretty good. So I'm gonna go ahead, turn off the heat, let it cool down a bit. I have my bowl of rice and the other size spatulas here, ready to go. Gonna get myself a serving and then do the little taste test. And here it is. Here's my bowl of meat and rice. Korean barbecue steak, barbecue style beef. Here's the rest of it. Let's do the taste test, shall we? Yeah, it's still steaming hot, which is good, but it smells great in my opinion. Sauce is nice and thick. Could be a little thicker, so maybe I need to simmer for a little bit longer to get rid of the broth. Or just pour out the broth, but I don't know. I was taught that the beef flavor is in that broth, so you don't want to waste it like that. And when I say I was taught, I mean like, you know, based on YouTube videos and stuff. I don't have any culinary experience. All right, let's take a bite. Actually, let's just do one without the rice. Let's just do a piece of meat here. There, highlighting the meat. Okay, yeah. The texture is just like a steak. It's not like a ground beef or anything like that. That being said, there is a flavor of liver in here. So I don't know. Maybe they use some binder or something to get the meat to stick together. Or maybe I just suck at taste testing. But in my opinion, there's a flavor of liver in this. That being said, it's still pretty good. The sauce is a little bit sweet. Not in a bad way, by the way. Yeah, it's good. That being said, I would enjoy it to be a little bit more salty. I have low blood pressure, so I do need a little bit more sodium, and I like to add Maggi seasoning. Well, I need both hands to open it. Yeah, so I add just a splash of Maggi into this. Well, it'd be more than that. There you go, that giant jar. Get a spoonful here. Such a big piece of meat for the video. There you go. There's meat, there's rice, a little bit less rice. Oh yeah. To me, that's enhanced to another level. So I highly recommend eating it with the sauce and a little bit of Maggi. Wow. That's so much better. And then I can't taste that liver flavor anymore either. And honestly, I'm okay with that. This is so good like this. Yeah, and that's it for this video. Thanks so much for watching. Until next time, have a good one.